Mazel, you look a little tired after your workout. You gotta go upstairs, we gotta map out your next phase. Functional strength. Whoa, your functional phase. Oh, is that good? Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go. Simply adding muscle won't help you stop pucks. So too many goalies waste this phase of their training chasing gains that don't pay off on the ice. They look great in the gym and maybe they help your testing, but they don't help you stop more pucks. Today I'm going to walk you through the functional phase of your off season. This is phase 2, exactly what you should be working on what days, so that those gains, and you will make gains in the gym and you will get stronger and you will add lean mass, but so that it translates into the crease where you need it the most. Hey, it's Maria here from goalietrainingpro.com and Goalie Training Pro TV. I'm an exercise physiologist and I've been helping goalies win more games with fewer injuries for the last two or three decades. But today what we're talking about is so many goalies that I meet are frustrated because they spent the off season working their tails off, being very diligent with their training and seeing marginal gains on the ice come next season. Or they got the dreaded early in-season injury. So today we're gonna walk through, last week I walked you through phase 1 of your off season, which is the movement phase and the exact steps and things you should be working on, the boxes you should be checking during that phase. We're on to phase 2. This is the functional phase, and the purpose of this phase is to add some lean mass, so a little bit of hypertrophy if you need that. Obviously look after your body composition too. If you need to dump a little extra fat, we will look after that. And then thirdly, to teach you how to produce force and stabilize at the same time. I want you to be strong. I want you to be really strong, but I want you to be stable as well. And being able to stabilize and produce force is what lets you build your explosive power, which is what's going to translate into the crease and help you stop more pucks. So let's dive in. There's a saying, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's that you can't fire a cannon out of a canoe. So it's not really about how much force you can produce, it's about how much force you can stabilize. Because if you can't stabilize it, you're not going to be able to use it. So that's the big crux of this phase. So let's break it down into what a typical training week is going to look like. Just like in phase 1, you're going to be working mobility 6 days of the week. And this is geared towards varsity goalies, like high school age goalies, college goalies, goalies that are really trying to make it to the highest level possible. If you're like a rec goalie or a beer league goalie that just doesn't have the time to put into it, then at least 4 days a week you should be doing mobility training. That's how you're going to, at very least, maintain or see some incremental improvements. Then we talk about strength training. So how often should you be in the gym during this phase? Again, as everything, the answer is it depends. But if you're looking to, so again, I'm going to stop saying it, but this is for goalies that are trying to play at the high level. They're varsity goalies, they're high school goalies, they're college goalies. The bare minimum is 3 times a week, and if you're only in the gym 3 times a week, you're going to be doing a full body routine. I've reviewed so many programs over the last couple of months, and people send me their programs to look at, and I don't mind. I'm happy to do that, so you can go ahead. Just probably the best way is to DM me on Instagram and say, or drop a comment here below the video. Just say, hey Maria, would you review my workout for me? I'll do it. I'm happy to. But they'll do like, Monday is chest and triceps. Wednesday is legs. Friday is back and biceps. Like, that is how a bodybuilder trains. And they do about like 20 sets per muscle group. But it's not how a goalie should train. And logically, if you just stop and think about it for a second, it's like, so really my most important muscle groups, my hips and legs, I'm gonna just train once a week. Like that don't make sense. So that's the bare minimum, full body routine. With the varsity goalies that I work with, most of the goalies in the Turning Pro coaching program or even in the game-winning goalie formula prospect bucket, we do a lower body, upper body split. So it would be lower body on day 1, upper body on day 2. Day 3 is sort of an individual. So if there's something we need to work on, an injury or something, some special prehab, we'll work on it then. Or we'll just have it be like a little recovery day, a day when they can go play pickleball or whatever they want. Then day 4 is lower body, day 5 is upper body. So 2 lower bodies and 2 upper bodies. That's not to say on upper body day we might not do some hip stabilization exercises or some of the small muscle exercises and vice versa for the lower body days, but the big muscle emphasis is on lower body or upper body. Then there's speed and stamina. So in this phase, actually let me back up. So in all these strength workouts, yes, we're trying to build a foundation for your strength. We want to actually also work on some hypertrophy, so adding lean mass if that's something that you need to do, but lean mass that's going to translate onto the ice. We want to then make sure that that force you're producing, you're also pretty good at stabilizing it. So, you know, it might be something even as simple as a single leg squat or a lunge lateral to balance or, you know, a squat lateral, but with a lateral rotary pull, something like that. So you're being a little bit challenged to produce your force and stabilize at the same time. We're not standing on a ball doing squats. We're not doing everything on a teeter board. You know, we still want to make you strong. The problem with doing things like that, standing on a ball, doing your squats on like a teeter board, is that we can't go as heavy as we would if we were on the ground. So we're not getting that strengthening stimulus. We're not getting that micro trauma to the tissue. That's what helps us build lean mass, that when the muscle repairs, it repairs bigger and stronger, and that's how we add lean mass. So still strong, but challenging you to stabilize. Then we get to our energy system development. And in this phase, we're building a foundation of stamina. We don't want to start going nuts, running and, you know, doing all this stuff for the next 3 months. We want to build it in, get your body used to it. We're upping it a little bit here. So now we're getting into some more shuttle runs, a higher intensity. Last phase we talked about doing some shuttle runs, but maybe going at 80%. Now we're cranking it up a little bit and still keeping the volume, I would say, moderately high. It will get higher. It will get worse. Don't worry. So we would do stamina on lower body day, and we would do it after the lift. Speed we would do on the upper body day, and we would ideally do it before the lift, but if we can't make that work, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Then we would do our speed workout again on upper body day, and another stamina workout on Saturday. We could also put this stamina workout here on our lower body day, day 4. That's totally fine. The number of staminas is going to depend a little bit on how often you are on the ice. If you are not on the ice at all, you're going to be doing another stamina workout. So maybe you'll do a stamina here and day 6. But you would do then 3 staminas, 2 speeds. But if you're on the ice a couple times, then off-ice stamina is going to be done twice a week. Off-ice speed, twice a week. Off-ice speed, we've built a good foundation of deceleration mechanics. Now we're getting into more change of direction, more bottom-up power. So like knee down vertical jump or knee down lateral bound, those kinds of things. For our stamina, like I said, it's still going to be ground-based training. So shuttle runs, monster circuits, that kind of thing. I have some fun ones I call super PK circuits, like super penalty kill circuits that last like five minutes. So it's like, the idea with that is I want it to be like, if you're in the last 5 minutes of just a really hard game, you're being shelled with shots and your team takes a major. You know, it's like, okay, well, this isn't going to be as bad as that thing I did in the summer, or the coach is mad at you and the team gets bag skated. It's like, nothing's going to be as bad as this. So you have that. That's where part of your confidence comes from. It's like, oh gosh, this isn't as bad as that terrible circuit I had to do with Maria. So that's how we're going to split up your training week. The exact exercises, as I said in the last video, the exact exercises depend. It depends on your age, your training age, your injury history, what you've been doing for the last 6-8 weeks of your training. So that's a little more a case-by-case basis, and I think it wouldn't be helpful if I just like, oh, here's a bunch of exercises you could do, because unless you know the sequence, the sets, the reps, the tempos, how it all goes together, it's potentially leading you down the wrong path. So I'm purposely just trying to give you this foundation so that you can look at your program and say, hey, how does this size up? Or, you know, go to your trainer to have a conversation about putting together your program. Obviously, if you want me to put together your program, then you can drop a comment below. Just say, hey, Maria, I'd like to have a chat about, you know, you helping me put my program together, and we can talk about the different programs that I have and what might be right for you. I'm happy to do that. Just drop a comment, DM me on Instagram. I'm at Goalie Training. No problem at all. If we look at the mistakes that most goalies make during this phase of the off season, it is training just in the sagittal plane. So that is squats, deadlifts, just up and down. If you're moving up and down, you're training in the sagittal plane rather than adding in some frontal plane training. Other mistake, I think, is just doing those heavy lifts, really kind of going into a max strength phase, which is next. I'll talk about that next month. But and not getting this functional strength. So teaching the stabilizers that we worked on a lot in the movement phase, teaching them how to stabilize while you produce a lot of force. It does two things. It lets you harness more power when we come to the power phase, and it dramatically reduces your risk of injury. Okay, so that is it for phase 2. This was your functional phase. The next phase that we'll cover is phase 3, your max strength phase, and that is where we will build a lot of strength, but still keep you mobile, keep you feeling quick on the ice, keep you using your stabilizers so you're not building just big dumb muscles, you're building big smart muscles in the way that's going to help you perform on the ice. Like I said before, if you want my help putting together a program, you want to learn more about the programs I have, what might be the right fit for you, maybe the game-winning goalie formula in that prospect program would be exactly where you need to be for the programs, but also the accountability, the access to me, any of that stuff. We can hop on a telephone call, have a conversation about it. If it's the right fit, great. If it's not the right fit, that's no problem at all either. It has to be right for both of us. So it's not a sales call or a sales pitch. It's just trying to figure out, hey, what do you need? And can I help you get where you want to go? Otherwise, you know the drill. I will see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. I love you guys.